Now that the wall is built and square, you will begin to sheath it. Start with the corner of the wall from which the stud layout started. Flush the sheet with the bottom plate of the wall. Set one 2-inch nail on the bottom of the sheet, then go to the opposite side, and in this case, you want to flush the sheet with the bottom plate and the exterior stud, then set a nail. Then go to the top of the sheet and set one more nail just to hold the sheet in place. Now you can begin nailing with the coil nailer. As you nail, remember to be careful not to pull the hose into the area in which you are nailing, and as well, never keep your finger on the trigger. Completely nail each sheet of plywood to the wall as you set them. This way it ensures you do not miss any studs, as well as not using a mass amount of air, as it will nailing multiple plywood sheets in one go. Being mindful of your coworkers' use of air when building walls is important. If you use all of the air in the reservoir tank at the end when you are nailing all of the sheets off, it can leave your coworkers without any air, causing delays in their framing. You can see here I'm holding the hose behind me, kind of just guiding it and keeping it out of the way of my path of nailing. Make sure to mark out your window locations as you sheath. You can choose to cut them out as you sheath or cut them out at the end when you are completely uh, finished the sheathing process. As you cut, make sure that you're aware of where the cord is or any hoses nearby so that they do not get pulled into the path of your cut. Whenever making cuts off the floor, always be aware of which is the best way to cut and the safest way. A note to remember when cutting your end pieces, try to make the sheets so that the factory edge will be up against another factory edge whenever possible. This makes good practice for clean framing. In some cases, you can rely on just laying the sheet over top and just using a scribing line to mark out the remaining of the sheet. When nailing the edges of the plywood that land on the center of a stud, don't forget to angle the gun slightly. This helps reduce nails missing the stud, as you only have 3/4 of an inch for the nail to hit. And then finish cutting out your windows. And And when you finish nailing the wall off around all of your window edges, it's always good to go back over the top of the wall and just make sure that all the studs are nailed.